Welcome back. Now, this week, our culinary journey takes us to Alexandra township, where we find Glenzito's Meat Butchery and Seafood Corner. The eatery's sole function is to provide surf and turf cuisine, which is Kasi-inspired. But to tell us more, we're now joined by the owner of Glenzito's Meat Butchery and Seafood Corner, Kateka, Glen, Malobola, Hobyane, and he's also in the company of Zama and Brajo. Very good morning to you three. Thank you so much for joining us. Welcome.
Thank you so much for having us, sir.
All right, good stuff. Take us through how Glenzito's food market started and what really inspired it.
Sure. I think I was blessed to be born into a family that loves food.
Okay.
My grandmother, from my father's side, loved food. I can actually still taste the food. May her soul rest in peace.
Yeah.
My mother, recipes, you know. So I've been cooking for the longest time. My father gave me the direction.
Okay.
It was either sound engineering or food.
Okay.
So I chose food and I did hospitality.
So when did you decide to do it professionally, like on a commercial basis?
After COVID. Well, sorry, when COVID started.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So you've been cooking, Jay,
I've just been
all
cooking,
these years.
Posting on social media. Everybody's been asking, Glen, why don't you? Why don't you? So finally, I obviously started.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what really inspired you to go for, the seafood cuisine?
And well, listen, my father actually ran a butchery for a number of years. My uncle and my grandfather ran a butchery as well. So obviously, with these kind of times, catering was not easy. It's not easy to do catering with these kind of times.
Yeah.
So butchery actually made sense for me to bring in seafood, because my kids, in fact, to be honest, Samuro, he loved seafood when he was born. Diane loves seafood. So I started cooking seafood. Okay. And I just fell in love with seafood. And I mean, there is a market for it.
Is there a market? Yeah, I was just about to ask. Is there a market?
There is definitely a market.
And considering the high price of seafood in some instances?
It's obviously a niche market, you know. I think the guys that do come actually do expect the pricing that we do. That we do have. Even though we do compete with obviously well-off or established restaurants.
Okay.
It's a bit difficult for us to keep our pricing down, because we don't get rebates, you know. So we need everybody else to understand that. Small business trying out, we're not really ripping them off.
Okay.
It is what we get, you know.
But then who is your market in the townships?
In the township, in fact, Alexandra is actually coming up. I mean, I've been there for about 8 months. We used to get people from outside, even Polokwane. They would come down. Yeah, obviously when they're down for whatever it is, they'd obviously come through. We've got Pretoria North, the East Range, shout out. They basically they give me major support. I think I started doing seafood, selling seafood at Sports Cookout, and they just loved it. So I think from then on, I just went full in.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what's your style then of preparing seafood?
It's pretty. Listen, it's pretty. I experiment a lot. So we've got our own taste. It's very different. I mean, if you were to go to a restaurant outlet, they'll give you a basic lemon butter sauce. So we pride ourselves with our sauces. When it comes to
your own homemade, like
we mix up our own sauces. Mix up our own sauces. Even our marinade on our meat.
Yeah.
So we basically put in our own flavor.
Okay.
Even the fish that we've got there.
Yeah. Just take us through some of these dishes, and the entire process of curating it.
So we have got meat, obviously, chisanyama.
Chisanyama, okay.
We've got our wings there, based on a nice lemon butter sauce, and we've got some home. We make our own vos, just by the way. So
really,
that too, yeah. And then we've got a seafood paella on the side there.
Yeah.
Arborio rice, very close. Same.
Say that again. Seafood.
Paella.
Paella.
Yeah.
Okay. What does it include?
So it's basically rice and seafood, and obviously flavoring.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we got a whole lot of seafood. We got mussels in there. We got crab sticks. So it's just a mixture of seafood.
Okay.
With arborio rice, very close to same characteristics to your paella rice.
Sure.
So works very well with that.
Okay.
And then on this side we've got our mussels. This I would call a typical Kasi surf and turf. And that's actually what Shora's out there. I mean, on social media, everybody actually talks about it.
Okay.
And I think we get major support from that.
Okay.
And
so it's also a platter.
Yeah, it's a platter. You actually build your own. And then we've got our mussels. We've got our prawns, king prawns. We only do king prawns. And then we've got our dorado. And on the other side, we've got our silvers.
Yep. Okay. So where do you normally source the products?
You have to shop around. Yeah. Currently, there's a family that's doing justice for me. Okay. Urban Seafoods in Midrand, they help me out, you know. Okay. And then I shop around.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what's your specialty? Is it really seafood or is it just meat in general?
It's food in general because I do catering as well, just by the way.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, I've catered for family weddings, my brother's weddings, my cousin's weddings.
Yes.
I've done funerals. So I just do catering in general. I've got a corporate company that I do catering for from time to time. And I do meat supply, just by the way. So corporate clients, canteens, you know.
Got you.
So we are slowly getting there.
Okay.
Yeah. I think we just need to knock on some more doors.
And being relatively new in this industry, so what are some of the big challenges that you've encountered along the way?
The biggest challenge is, I think, it would be the price, to be honest with you.
Is it?
Pricing is an issue. I would love to keep our pricing as low as the established restaurants.
Yeah.
But however, like I said, rebates are actually killing us. We don't get rebates.
Yeah,
You know, so, but we try. And I mean, when my guys, well, our customers do come through, they love our flavor, you know.
That's the thing, how do you-
that helps us out.
How do you convince customers, especially in the township setting, about indulging in seafood, more especially because considering the high price of seafood?
So we try and do events. I mean, we just did Tequila Gang, South Africa. They had a party, and you know we have to put our name out there.
Yeah,
we did Sporos Cookout. We did Poiki Sunday, which is in Alexandra.
Yeah.
And I think the Alexandra Poiki Sunday has actually put us out there, you know, to say there is seafood in Alexandra. So I mean, and we just obviously try and invite whoever we can, you know, whether it be our neighbors, come and try us out, you know. And I mean, we so far we're surviving.
Okay.
Yeah.
Grilled or fried? What tickles your fancy?
I love oven grilled, to be honest with you. I love.
But is that
oven
what you do
grilled.
though?
Yeah, oven grilled. This was the Dorado was oven grilled, and then the Silvers was fried.
Okay.
But we do on open fire as well.
Okay.
You know, if you prefer open fire.
Is there a difference in taste though, if it's grilled or fried?
There is.
Okay. What is it?
Because remember, we've got a sauce now on the oven grilled. You know, so you can actually we have bread. You can have it with bread and enjoy it. And the others, well, other people would want it dry. You know, fried, and they actually want to taste the fish. And not with the sauce, you know. So it's actually preference. It's really whatever tilts your tail.
Sure.
Yep.
So what is that spice in your cupboard that you can't do without?
I'm not giving up my secrets. Listen, my dad has taught me quite well. I mean, when it comes to spice mixing, I mean, he's been in the game for quite some time. So that's what we do.
I've got Lebs here, and I know that she's going to love it.
I'm going to disturb this conversation. I didn't hear. What's the spice? What spice did he answer? What spice?
No, he's not going to tell you.
I'll have to kill you first.
Yeah.
I must ask my dad first. Maybe.
I'm here for the spices. Glenzito, give us your address before we say goodbye.
We're at corner 12th Avenue and Selborne and Alex, and actually opening a store in Kagiso.
Yeah.
There has been some Sowetans actually asking, Glen, why don't you come closer? So the cat's out the bag now.
Where in Kagiso?
This will be on Otlecha Drive.
Yes.
It's Akane.
All right.
So yeah, cat's out the bag.
Growing.
Wow. Glenzito, lovely chatting to you, man.
Thank you so much.
Keep cooking. Thank you.
So much.
Well, that was the owner of Glenzito's Meat Butchery and Seafood Corner, Kateka, Glen, Malobola, Hobyane, giving us a taste of his product at Glenzito's Meat Butchery and Seafood.
All right, playing us out is Nakane. Remember, they are playing at Constitution Hill alongside Bongeziwe Babandla. That name escaped me. All right, but in fact, it's not Nakane. It's our first music guest, Yolanda, who was here a bit earlier on the show. All right, from all of us, remember, SK and Leanne are on the morning live, 1s and 2s tomorrow, 6 to 9 a.m.
Otherwise, catch us next weekend. Have a great week, everyone.